Welcome to the Arsenal report. Arsenal set to make Eberechi's approach but remain keen on stunning trio of talents. Before we dive, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to never miss an Arsenal update. Arsenal's summer transfer window is heating up with multiple signings already sealed, but the club shows no signs of slowing down. In fact, their ambitions are only growing bigger. Fresh reports confirm that the Gunners are now preparing an official approach for Crystal Palace's creative talisman Eberechi's, even as they juggle deals for multiple high-profile names and finalize key additions already in motion. The North London club has already been one of the most active players in this summer's market, having spent over £200 million so far, and yet, if sources are to be believed, their marquee business may still be ahead of them. Over the past 2 weeks, Arsenal's recruitment and football operations teams have held several rounds of discussions on the players' side regarding ease. Those meetings reportedly included senior figures from within the club's hierarchy, and the feedback they've received has been more than encouraging. Ease himself is said to be excited by the possibility of joining Mikel Arteta's project, and personal terms are not expected to be a stumbling block if the Gunners decide to go all in. The main hurdle, of course, remains the £68 million release clause embedded in his Crystal Palace contract. But Arsenal are not eager to trigger that clause immediately. Instead, they are believed to be planning direct talks with Crystal Palace, potentially as early as this week, to explore whether a deal could be structured more creatively, perhaps with performance bonuses, player incentives, or staggered payments. At 27 years old, Eberechi is in the peak years of his career and coming off a strong Premier League campaign where he contributed 8 goals and 8 assists. But it's not just the numbers that have turned Arteta's head, it's the profile. Ease is a rare breed, a technically gifted dribbler, capable of unlocking defenses, gliding past markers, and controlling the tempo of a match. While he's versatile enough to operate from the flanks, Arsenal see him as a central attacking midfielder, someone who could potentially fill the creative gap behind the striker and complement Martin Degaard in a more advanced midfield role. Importantly, this move for Ease is not impacted by the arrival of Noni Madueke. The Chelsea winger has already passed his medical ahead of a £52 million switch across London and will provide both cover and competition for Bukayo Saka on the right wing. With Madueke also capable of playing off the left, Arsenal now feel free to prioritise a central playmaker like Ease in their transfer hierarchy. But Ease isn't the only name on Arsenal's shortlist. The club maintains a strong, ongoing interest in Real Madrid's Rodrigo, Newcastle United's Anthony Gordon, and AC Milan star Rafael Leao. All three are high-value, left-sided forwards, but a move for any of them will almost certainly require the sale of either Leandro Trossard or Gabriel Martinelli to free up squad space and balance the books. Arsenal, while willing to spend big, are also keeping a watchful eye on their wage structure and team chemistry. Elsewhere, the club is in the final stages of negotiations for Sporting CP's Victor Gyökeres, a deal that has been weeks in the making and is now almost complete. Arsenal will pay €63.5 million, plus an additional €10 million in add-ons for the Swedish striker. That €73.5 million package meets Sporting's original €70 million valuation, a number calculated with the assumption of having to pay a 10% agent commission. Interestingly, Gyökeres' agents agreed to waive that fee, meaning Sporting's take-home figure remains intact, while Arsenal get a slight reprieve on the total structure of the deal. Gyökeres is expected to be unveiled in the coming days, bringing with him a powerful new presence in Arsenal's attacking line. With 23 goals and 8 assists in his last Premier League season, he arrives with the form, confidence, and physicality needed to lead the line in the Premier League. His arrival gives Arteta the kind of front-foot, pressing striker he's long desired, capable of stretching defenses, pressing from the front, and scoring from all angles. In addition to these headline names, Arsenal are also putting the final touches on a deal for Valencia centre-back Christian Mosquera. The highly rated Spanish defender will cost close to €20 million and is viewed as a smart long-term investment who can develop under the guidance of Arteta's experienced backline, including William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes. It all points to a summer of extraordinary ambition, with the club's total spend already surpassing the £200 million mark, and more to come. Arsenal have already confirmed. Kepa Arrizabalaga signed permanently from Chelsea for £5 million after a standout loan at Bournemouth, where he recorded 8 clean sheets during the 2024-25 campaign. He will now compete with David Raya for the starting goalkeeper position. Martin Zubimendi, signed from Real Sociedad for £55.8 million, will add composure, tactical discipline, and Champions League experience to Arsenal's midfield engine room. Christian Nurkic, acquired from Brentford in a smart value deal that could rise to £12 million, will offer grit, leadership, and much-needed rotational depth in defensive midfield. As for departures, Nuno Tavares has sealed a permanent move to Lazio, and Marquinhos has returned to Brazil, joining Cruzeiro for £3 million. But beyond those two sales, the outgoing business has been relatively quiet, a signal that Arsenal are focused on squad depth and competition across all four major competitions next season. The real story, however, is still unfolding. Arsenal's pursuit of ease and continued interest in Rodrigo, Gordon, and Leo suggests that Arteta isn't satisfied just closing the gap to Manchester City. He wants to overtake them. The club's transfer strategy reflects a team hungry not only for domestic silverware but for European dominance, and every move this summer is part of that carefully crafted puzzle. The message from Arsenal is loud and clear. They're not just building a squad, they're building a legacy.